Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a general or collective tarot oracle reading for the middle 10 days of July. And Aries, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Aries, we all have a little bit of Aries in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Aries in, that will give you further clarity as to where this information will show up for you. Also, this is a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to this situation now. All right, Aries, we have this reading. I want to mention that I'm also going to do the new moon, which is on July 14th in this reading combined rather than doing a bonus reading, as there's not much happening astrologically there's lots happening, but it's all kind of the older energy coming to completion. So the King of Cups energy is talking about one of four kings in the minor arcana, and he is sitting on his throne here. He in the middle of water, and he's on this concrete slab, and all this rough water is around him. Rough water in tarot represents volatile emotions, maybe chaos all around him, a lot of emotion. But he is, of all the four kings, the most emotionally available. He has learned how to control his emotions, and this makes his love very steady. So this is someone wanting to offer a cup of love. This could be romantic love. It could be any kind of love for anyone. And it could also be something you love to do or something you love to be. This is saying contain your emotions, like the King of Cups. A lot of people are feeling really emotional right now. There's just been a lot happening on the planet astrologically. And so just keep that in mind. And then we have this energy of the Three of Wands for the internal forces. So they're just doing, that scared me. Sorry about that. I hope it didn't scare you. That's the fire alarm testing going on in the building. I think they're done now. I hope so. I forgot that we were having that today. So we have the Three of Wands. We were speaking about fire. This is the element of fire coming in. So there must be a lot of energy behind this card. This is talking about the two. This person is standing on the precipice of change. This energy is talking about, he's looking across the water here. It's okay, Stella. Did that scare you? Oh, okay. Come up here. My cat got frightened by the alarm. It's okay. All right. So this is talking about standing on the precipice of change, looking into the distant horizon here. And then also there's ships sailing by, and this is about wanting to hop on one of those babies and go for an adventure. So this isn't unlike Aries energy at all. But this is saying, sometimes this card can be saying, perhaps you are leaving a relationship because, or someone has left a relationship that, as a significant other, as a spouse or a boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, that type of energy. The wands represent taking passionate action. And sometimes this is my card representing someone who was in a couple, walking away from it and moving forward as a single person. We'll look some more at that. The internal forces wouldn't have to be a spouse or whatever. This can sometimes represent wanting to just move, change location, move to a different city, a different house, whatever that is. We have, for the very beginning, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. So this is awesome energy. It's talking about the past, the present, and the future all coming together to take you into the, it's all synchronicities happening now to put you in this energy of you being in really good form. Maybe you have love coming into your life, or you want to offer that cup of love and possibly moving into this new future. This is the past, the present, and the future coming together in 3 different wheels to come together in the now. If you're hearing a lot of ruffling, and my cat is sitting on my lap right now and she's purring. Yeah, you're purring right into the mic. A cat's purr lowers blood pressure by quite a bit, so we'll let her continue here. This is talking about, she's afraid of the smoke alarms. So this is talking about these 3 wheels are coming together. And on one of these 3 wheels are the Hebrew letters for the name of God, which is tetragrammaton. And the tetragrammaton is a sacred geometric symbol representing equality in all forces, and also, you know, a perfect organization of our universe. That's the way God manifests, with perfection. And then we have this energy coming in. This is how you're feeling right now. You're ready for this Wheel of Fortune to turn. I feel like you have some sort of adventure coming up. Sometimes this can be talking about going on a holiday, maybe even overseas to another country, because of the water in between. And then we have the shift disturber here. So the shift disturber is a walking contradiction. Not quite sure what this person's up to, but it's just a very different energy. We have 2 swords here that he's got planted, but he's sneaking off with these 5. He's got this bright red cap and these bright red boots on, but he's tiptoeing. So what, you know, it's kind of like, what's this about? This energy, if he's a thief in the night, or if he is a thief, he's not a thief in the night, because it's broad daylight here. So this sometimes, like the swords in tarot represent the element of air. They represent, the swords represent your mental intelligence, discipline of your mind. So this sometimes could maybe represent someone sneaking off with some intellectual material, or, you know, maybe spy energy, you know, it could be patents, that type of thing. Or this could be someone just sitting at his desk, and he's not a thief by night, he's a thief by day. And maybe this is someone engaging in white-collar crimes, such as counterfeit, you know, forgery, ID theft, you know, those types of crimes. And he's sitting at his desk and he's pushing papers, so it looks like he's doing his job, but in the meantime he's working two shifts at once. And so we have this energy of him, like he's sneaking away, like he's on his tiptoes. And what bothers me about this card is the fact that he is carrying these swords the way he is. I mean, have you ever seen anyone carry swords like this? These are so sharp. Can you imagine, like, if he trips and falls, which he easily could? He's not looking where he's going, and he's moving forward, looking backwards. You know, he's in broad daylight. Everyone can see him anyway. It just doesn't make any sense. And if he's this dangerous with his own energy, how careful do you think he would be with others? This is in your abundance. I don't like to see this here, because what's this person doing in your abundance is, you know, there's something going on, because we have a tower here right after. And the tower energy, where did that water come from? Sorry. The tower energy is talking about you know, it's a reality check that's hit, and it's whoomp, bang, it's a big one. So this is like, you know, generally the universe will warn us and be like, hey, you might want to take a look at that. But we don't hear, or we don't listen, or something's wrong, we're not getting it. And then the universe will bring out the frying pan, and we get the old whack over the head, the frying pan treatment. Pay attention. There's something really serious going on here. You need to take a look at it. But we don't really do that. And then the 2x4 comes out, and we're still, no, la-di-da-di-da. And the next thing you know, lightning hits our tower, and we're like falling out of it, and it's on flames. Now this whole thing has to be rebuilt. So the tower is always like uncomfortable for absolutely everybody involved. But it's a needed reality check. It's saying that you have to, this is something serious. You have to pay attention to it. We have one person here who's totally shocked, and the other one who's like, just like, you know, you can tell he's just like, I knew I should have done something about this sooner. And it's that kind of energy. And so if you're on the right side of the law, whether it's both spiritual and physical, the tower is going to be uncomfortable for you. But in the end, you might look back at it later and say, whoa, thank God that happened. Because if it wouldn't have, it was really hard to go through, but if it wouldn't have happened, like, where would I be now? I'd be in way worse shape. And if you're on the wrong side of the law, it basically means you've been caught. So I'm wondering if it doesn't have to do something to do with this energy here. And the thing is about the tower energy as well. This card sometimes can represent the 7-year itch, which it's a statistic that, studies have shown that people, I think it was done in America, that people, when they get divorced, they have a tendency to get divorced in the very first year, which I didn't realize that, giving it the old college try, I guess, isn't in their books. And then also there's this, around the 7th and 8th year, people, that's when they get the most divorces. And they call it the 7-year itch. And it's when, this could represent someone with the 7-year itch. And it's like, hey, yeah, Joe, he's the best employee ever. He comes early in the morning and works hard. And then he comes, he leaves late at night. The only time he takes is his lunch break. And he always comes back in a cheerful mood, ready to go again. Maybe he's sneaking off and he has the 7-year itch. Because we have this card saying that possibly you have left a relationship or someone has left a relationship. So this energy is also true they've noted that this is also true in real estate, that people who own homes have a tendency to sell them between the 7th and 8th year, maybe because of the 7-year itch. If you're with someone and you get divorced, quite often the house has to be sold. But it also happens in businesses. So whereas someone could have a business and all of a sudden, your partner walks in and they're like, hey, and the business could be doing really well, but they're like, nah, I just can't do this anymore. Don't want it. You have to deal with, and they leave you all the work to deal with it after. And I feel like it's this kind of energy. This sometimes can represent divorce here. So we have the Queen of Pentacles as well. And the Queen of Pentacles is talking about one of the 4 queens from the Minor Arcana, and she is known for being very resourceful. She can make something out of nothing. She's highly respected for this. She also has she prefers quality over quantity. This is old money energy, someone who's been raised with old money. It's not flashy. There's no need to impress people with all the latest gadgets or, toys and having all the designer clothes. It's not flashy. It's old money. And this is talking about someone who comes from generational wealth and it's a legacy that's passed from one generation down to the next. But lately I've been asking the question whenever she shows up, because a lot of my community in the comments are saying like they're in some sort of situation where someone stole their inheritance or took money from them in some way. And so I'm asking now, like, if this Queen of Pentacles comes from generational wealth, and it's a legacy handed down to her, why is she having to be so resourceful? So we'll ask that question and we'll see if we get an answer coming up. Now this tower is hitting in your early communication. So this is talking about something that's coming up from, it could be from the family, that something that happened with that. It's hard to say who this person doesn't have to be your significant other. This could be someone that is in the family, if you're in a family business or something like that. It could be many, many, many things. So this is also talking about the tower hitting is in your position of early communication. And it's talking about, something happening that is, been brewing for a long time. And maybe you were aware of it or you weren't aware of it. Perhaps there's some sort of lawyers involved or something like that. Because this sometimes can represent divorce as well as this and this. Yeah, and sometimes I should just mention that this can represent, and rather than a lover, this could represent someone who is in your paternal bloodline. So sometimes this represents your father, your grandfather, great-grandfather, down your paternal line as well. It can represent your paternal, the paternal line of your father-in-law, if you're married. And it also can represent uncles, male cousins, and brothers, you know, in the family. So there's quite a bit of energy here. We don't quite know what's happening, but we know that the Queen is having to be resourceful. Now, this is in your home life. So this is more about your domestic life and the way that you live and your lifestyle. Pentacle energy is health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimension. It's talking about, of course, money is a very big part of that. But you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. So she might have the money and her lifestyle is going downhill because someone's sneaking around behind her back, you know, outside the marriage or something. We're not sure. So remember, I'm reading for a lot of different people at once. So just take what works for you and leave the rest. This is talking about in the position of your creativity, romance, and your children, we have the happiest card in the deck. So the good news is, like, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. And I feel like this energy here is maybe what is shifting, because it would imply if the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, your life is going to get better. Now we have the happiest card. When this comes out, this is talking about God's energy, and it's saying that you're going to have a happy ending. If you're feeling like it's hopeless or something right now, just recognize that you know, God is shining light on the entire situation and that you will be happy. This is talking about you as a child of God, being on this pony and being totally fearless. Look, there's no reins, there's no saddle, this is bareback, and he's carrying this heavy banner, and this banner is representing your life destiny. And look, you're carrying it with ease. And then we have the sunflowers in the background, and they talk about real happy energy. The sunflowers are happy because they always turn to follow the sun and absorb the sun's warmth and love. And so this is really good to see in this reading. It's talking about your have new creativity, maybe a new romance, and maybe children coming. Now you might have children already, or this might be talking about you as being in this energy as a child and coming back into that innocence and having that more playful side come out. And then we also have this energy of this is in your the wounded warrior energy. Yes, it's talking about, you know, this is about taking passionate actions, planting seeds, and then this is the harvest that comes up from the planting of the seeds. And it's talking about these growing into these full-grown wands, and this is your harvest. And you've managed to get 8 planted and grow them. So this is really good energy, but you're leaning heavy on this 9th one. And look he's got his head bandaged. It's been a real headache. It's like you're successful, but you're successful and it's been a struggle. Like the wounded warrior represents someone that is on their destined path and they're doing everything they can to stay in the upright, like to do things the correct way, to be, you know, in their on their destined path, to be a good person. They're doing their best to be the best version that they can be and add beauty to the earth rather than stress. You know, so this is about your daily routine, your habits, and how it affects your health. And so I feel like this energy is kind of, it's talking about all the potential for happiness here, but there's something here that is causing you to, and you know, and this card here, if this isn't a vacation or just changing location or wanting to buy a bigger house because you're starting a family, it could be that energy, but it also could be the energy of having left a couple and being single now. So let's keep going here. The thing is too, one thing I'm noticing here is he's got his hand on this 10th wand, and here one more wand added to these and we would have the 10. So I feel like this is like determined to keep going but getting tired for sure. This is like Aries energy is you know, the very first sign in the zodiac, and it talks about the newborn energy, a new way of being, a bunch of new energy coming in. The full moon or the new moon that we have coming up on the 14th of July, that energy is talking about your home life and what's going on in your home life. And, you know, when there's a full moon, it quite often brings out hidden illusions and secrets. And we've got the sun coming out right after that. Quite often this represents the truth coming in. And the Cancer full moon is extra emotional, or new moon, sorry, not full moon. The Cancer new moon is extra emotional because it is about, it's from the sign of Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So it's, I'd say Cancer is probably the most sensitive of all of the signs, but also can be very, very intuitive. So this is saying use your intuition at this time so that you can, if there's hidden illusions or secret, now is the time where you could really find them coming out. The energy opposing the Cancer across the wheel from the sign of Cancer is the sign of Capricorn. And the Capricorn energy is more about your public life, your energy coming from without, you know, from the external forces, and your public image, how you are in public as well as in private. So this energy is talking about being in an energy of like just something going on in the home, and maybe it could be this energy here, and perhaps it does end up in divorce, but then there's the promise of new love coming in. And this can also represent your ancestors being, you know, this quite often represents ancestors that are on the other side of the veil, and they're not happy watching this going on. They're asking for some sort of truth coming out about this situation for you. Now, the internal forces, you have control over that. Just like the king, you can rein your emotions in, and this is a good idea. It's not a great time to be impulsive right now. We are kind of cleaning up the energy from back in the eclipse season. And that's, back on February 17th, and on March 3rd, we had the eclipse season, and that was in Aquarius, and it was also it was in Aquarius and in Virgo, and so it was talking about the differences between wanting your public image and being out there and putting yourself out there and wanting to stay home kind of energy. And like the conflict between that, and that we had two eclipses. We had a lunar and a solar eclipse, and we are just sort of cleaning that energy up now. On this new moon on the 14th, that's coming up in July here, we'll be pretty much a month away from another eclipse season coming through. So this energy is going to when we have eclipses, it cleans up the energy. It sort of hangs around for about 6 months. So this might be something to do. Like if you had something going on around between February 17th and March 3rd, you might want to just look back on your calendar or whatever, or maybe it's prominent and it sticks out. There could be something about that energy back then that's coming up now, as we're closing out this eclipse season and we're moving into a new one in mid-August. So just check that out if that, it might give you further clarity as to your situation. Now I'm going to talk about the external forces. The external forces are coming from outside of us, and we don't have control over, what people say, what they do. We don't have control over whether they're going to love us or they're not going to love us. We can't control the economy of the world and what's happening at that level, but we can control our reaction or our response to it. It's always better to respond to the energy. So when it's an internal force, quite often you'll be asking the question, what if I do this and then it doesn't work? What if I do that and then I have to do this? It's the woulda, shoulda, couldas of life, and they get you caught up in the thinking loop. The external forces are more like what the EF happened. It's coming from outside of you. You don't really, and we see that a lot in the news these days where we're like, what? What's going on here? And so in Aries, you're feeling it because there's a lot of signs moved into the planets. A lot of planets moved into your sign. And so you have all this new energy with these big hitters too. Like there's Uranus and Saturn moved in there. Uranus is about the way we approach life, our idealism and that type of energy. And it's going to be there for 14 years now. It just showed up. And at the same time, Saturn showed up, and that's all about all the heavy responsibilities of life and, all that type of energy. So they're still in there and they're sticking around for a bit. They're sometimes moving a little bit, but they kind of have created a different energy for the Aries for sure. So, but the good news is that the Aries energy is about doing things in new ways and embracing the new. And, you think about a newborn baby and you think about how something so small and helpless, how sometimes we can feel when the external forces come in from the world. We feel like, what's one person going to do? But, you look at that little baby and that newborn baby, and if you've ever had a newborn baby in your house, they rule. They're crying and everybody's running. What can we do to make the baby happy? And so it's that type of energy where maybe there's a lot of new energy, and we have to embrace it and move forward in new ways. We have to remember at the same time that we are a human being. They call us a being, not a doing. So we don't want to get to the point where we're doing and then we're not having time to enjoy just being. And the Empress energy is talking about that type of energy. She is from the major arcana, and she has all the qualities of all four queens from the minor arcana rolled into one person. And this is because she's been through there, she's been there, she's done that, she has the t-shirt. She's, still looking for, hey, where's my abundance? Maybe she's reached it now. This could be saying, because when the Empress card shows up, this could be a totally different person because this is coming in out from the external forces. But this could be someone with high level manifestation. Sometimes when the queen or the Empress shows up, it's saying that we're moving into that energy because of everything we've been through. But in this instance, I feel that this energy could be talking about an external force coming towards us. So something to do with an Empress energy. She's sitting out on her throne. She is known to manifest at a high level. As a matter of fact, she's said to be pregnant with possibility. So, if you're not wanting to get pregnant, be careful because this energy can be talking about that possibility. She manifests, and this is talking about the way that she manifests, which maybe could be helpful for this energy. And that's, if she decides, okay, I'm growing a crop, she would make plans, put them in place, and then she knows how much time, money, and energy she's going to invest in something. So she doesn't worry about it after that. She does her best with what she has. She takes her list, she gets her done, and then she allows herself to just go in the flow and allow it to happen. So if, for instance, if she's going to grow a crop, she's going to ask like, well, which crop? Is it going to be wheat or is it durum? Durum, okay, what field would be the best to grow that in? She's going to have the soil checked to see if it needs amending. Does it need fertilization? She's going to make sure all the rocks and stones or anything that could damage the expensive seeding and harvesting equipment is cleaned off the land. And then she's going to wait for the opportune time to plant it, and then in the ground it goes. After that, she's organic, so she's not going to spray it. She waves her wand and says, okay, universe, okay, nature, do your thing. I'm off on another project now. And she's very chill about the whole thing because she knows, hey, I've done everything I can. I'm not going to worry about it. She might do a rain dance if it's needed here and there, but other than that, she's just going to keep an eye on it here and there, but she's not going to sweat it. She's going to assume that, of course, nature is going to look after this. And she's known for growing bumper crops. So this energy of the external forces coming in are powerful energies, powerful manifestation energies coming towards you. And then we have, we also have cutthroat energy. Now this is an energy that has been coming up a lot. This is like this energy, it's coming from the external forces creating conflict. And it's talking about someone who's willing to risk it all kind of energy to get what they want. And that's coming towards you, but you're standing up here and you're fighting and you're saying, I'm not going to give you what's mine. And I'll fight for it. But so this isn't the best energy. It's like someone, this energy coming towards you is willing to risk everything to take something from you. And you're standing up for yourself. Let's see what happens here. This is because we have this energy here. I feel this is external conflict coming towards you. And it could be because of this energy here. Because this is commitments, partnerships, and spousal energy sometimes. Let's keep going and see what's going on here. Yeah, now that you know what you know, like this energy is coming towards you. It's saying that you are going to stand up for yourself. Conviction beyond a doubt. Look at, this is you standing here, and this is saying, you can come at me, but and take actions against me, but I will. I'm on higher ground here. I know I'm right. I know that I know what I know, and I have conviction beyond a doubt that this is, I've worked hard for this, and no one's I'm not going to just let you walk away with this. I'll fight you for it. And they might be a little bit surprised because your energy has always been kind of chill, like more like, hey, whatever, taking things as they come, being in this energy. But now you're like standing up for yourself. And look, we have a boot on one foot and we have a shoe on the other. So this sometimes can be talking about being sort of straddled between these two energies. Like, you don't want to fight, but you're not just going to let people take your harvest. No way. And this is protecting your heart as well. So this energy could be saying, it feels like this could be, because this is in your position of transition. This could be maybe you are going through a divorce or some sort of business thing happening, or something's going on here, because there's action being coming at you, and it's cutthroat. And you're also in this action of, I'm going to protect myself. And sometimes this energy can be talking about someone else walking in your shoes because of this forgery and all of that. Maybe someone in your inner circle has been signing paperwork or whatever, and it's identity theft. Something like that could be going on, or people that you've hired or whatever not doing things correctly. There's something here. We're going to keep taking a look at it here. That's in your position, but it is, the energy is shifting. Oh yes, because look at, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, and the Calvary is basically coming in. And this is also representing you on the Chariot. So this is saying that you've been on your destined journey. You've been in this energy. You've been doing your best just to keep your head held high and keep on going. And and you manifest in the way of the Empress here. This is saying you have been rising to the occasion. You're on higher ground. You have conviction beyond a doubt. You haven't done anything wrong. So you're not afraid of the truth coming in. Let the truth come in. You're like, thank you, God. Let the truth come in. It may hurt or whatever, but you would rather have the truth so that you can make strong decisions about where to go from here. So this is talking about you being on the Chariot and you're on your way. This is like a tank. Toom, 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 toom. It's on its way. It's saying this is already happening in the spiritual realm, and it's coming down to the physical. Sometimes this can also represent law enforcement coming through because of the black and whites, which is what they would call the police cars in the old days. Also, do you notice this person is leaving a city? They're leaving, we have the castle. needing to be rebuilt, and we have this energy of possibly moving off somewhere, maybe relocating. So we have quite a bit of energy about possibly leaving where you're from and going to a new place. Maybe this energy has come in and they live in a different country or something. And maybe you have found new love. Like, we don't know the timeline of this. It would be different for everybody. This tower could have happened like 2 years ago. If there's court matters, man, that can take, it can take years, right? It's a very slow process. Then we have the King of Pentacles energy. So the King of Pentacles, now, this is interesting because the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles might have been married at one point, and now they're divorced. And maybe, like, the King of Pentacles normally is someone who's upright, but this is opposing your energy coming from the external forces. I feel like this could either be someone that you've hired to come in and take a look at things for you on, the books, and an accountant or some sort of energy, or getting advice in that frame. Because this is talking about, and this could be someone from the external forces in this cutthroat energy as well. Now, we don't know for sure yet because this is kind of representing that in between, and this could represent someone. And the thing is, this could be your ex-partner. So there could have been maybe a divorce, and it wasn't, maybe the assets were not divided like they should have been, and in the divorce, and that's what this is all about. Because this would have been a couple before, and now he's an external force instead of in your internal forces. So the King of Cups normally is someone that, is highly admired and respected in the in the financial world. It's someone that people, look up to. They're good at doing business. This quite often can represent people who are in the banking industry, accountants, wealth management, financial advisors, that type of energy. So this could be someone that your ex-husband has hired or something like that because you got divorced. There could be something like that. And with this energy here, it doesn't have to be, it could be something that's happened in a family business. It could be just some bookwork that wasn't done correctly. It could be many things. So just take what works for you. And but this is saying someone, if this is someone in the banking industry, they would be someone high up, like a bank manager or higher energy. This can also represent real estate and inheritances in real estate, because this energy is, the pentacle represents the element of earth and earthly matters. So if it's a real estate agent energy, that would be someone that would be high up, like more established. They would be dealing with higher end properties, and this could be commercial or residential. This energy can also represent, CEOs and, the people in charge of finances in a large corporation or in government. This is higher end. We're working with a king energy here. So not quite sure what's going on there, but it is in your, this is the transition. And it's right across from this energy, which is, and then we have, this is about your higher learning, and this is about your career and your reputation. So let's keep going. We have and then we have the Knight of Pentacles coming in. The Knight of Pentacles is, and this is in your blessings coming towards you. So this is where this happy comes in. There seems to be some money or something that's going to really change your lifestyle coming towards you, because the Knight of Pentacles, interesting, because the Knight of Pentacles works for the King of Pentacles, but they're coming in with some sort of information about this pentacle energy here, and maybe that's why you are having to be resourceful is because you didn't receive what you should have received here. This could be about an inheritance. It could be, you know, trust funds. It could be, I don't know, all the different ways that it could be. And because sometimes this could represent embezzlement or something like that. So maybe you've hired someone. Like, this doesn't have to be your ex-husband. This could be someone that you've hired to look through your books and do an audit. And they are like, hey, it's taken us a while, but we have found out this energy. Because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving of all the knights in the deck. And so he... his horse, you notice, is at a total standstill here. So this energy could be saying you might know about this, or it could be something as a surprise that comes in. But this is blessings headed your way, coming in from when this information comes in from the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have this energy here of... you know, walking away. Like, I feel like sometimes this can be, I feel this is talking about two things, the external forces. Perhaps this is saying that someone walked away from you, or you walked away from someone because you found out they had the 7-year itch. And this can be talking about, you know, you had 5 good years, and then there's 2 cups here, and then there's a gap here in the between the 7th and the 8th year. And it could be this is a third-party energy. And this could be you walking away to go upspring, pick up the 2 extra cups, get that cup of love from this new partner here. Or it could be your partner doing that. It doesn't have to be that, but quite often with the energy that's here, that's being represented. But what's interesting is we have the full moon and the new moon here as well. Use your intuition is basically what this is saying. But you definitely are like, this is about walking away from a situation and moving into a new energy. Definitely, I feel that for you. And it's this information that comes in. It's going to make you very happy. Really, really cool. Like, because this is your career and reputation. So if you know, things have been slow in business because of something that you're going through, and maybe there's a lawsuit or something, like, this could be so many different things, and maybe it's gone in your favor, and now you are going to collect that and maybe move off to calmer shores with on a new adventure with this King of Cups with a new cup of love, and you'll be and he sees you as his Empress. Yeah, now that's a happy ending. I like happy endings, Aries. So I'm working for the collective. So this is but I mean, I'm reading the cards to the best of my knowledge here. I don't sugarcoat it if it's not that, but I'm happy to see a happy ending. I do hope that this is an energy that is going to be in, because you're the very first of this middle of July energy. So yeah, I'll clarify with my oracle. If you're leaving the reading here and saying, no, I like a happy ending too, Colette, thank you for your time and energy, your likes, comments, all of that stuff. I really appreciate it. It's helping me build my channel. I'm going to clarify now. Oh, I want to take the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. Ooh, look at the Lovers coming in. Okay, I got to pay attention here so I can give you the information. This is my Oracle Tales from the Vector, and it's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. This is one of the 12 ink drawings that I've done for that Oracle. And I started, this is the Aries one, and I started this back in 2007. And I've been working on it when I have time. I have all 64 paintings done now. And I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. I'm in this energy right now. The cards here represent the paintings as they're listed in the gallery on my website. I will put them in the order they are here, and I'm going to put it in the description box below, as well as how to reach my website. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm getting distracted because I'm looking at all these cards and I'm like, woohoo! We have the Lovers. So this is saying, yes, this is a cup of love coming in from you, for you. It also could represent an inheritance coming that you didn't know you had, or something like that, because this can represent, your ancestors. And then we have the world coming in here. And so the world card is talking about the end of this old cycle and moving into this new one. So that makes perfect sense about you walking away to go be with the king and maybe in a different country. You know, you're going on an adventure. And hey, it's that fiery element that Aries loves so much. You know, Aries is represented, the glyph for the Aries is the ram. And rams can be very rammy with their energy. And but this is, you know, babies come in head first for a reason. So I feel like this is almost like you being reborn in a way, like the Wheel of Fortune is turning after you've maybe been through the dark night of the soul. It's never easy when, you know, most people don't get married to get divorced, or even move in with someone and live with them to get, you know, to separate. Especially if you have children, it's really challenging and difficult. But the hermit is like when, you know, when you climb the mountain and to isolate for a while so that you can heal the energy. And then when that happens, when the northern light fills the lantern that you have, it's time to come down from the mountain and take action. And I feel like you have done the very sensible thing. You have taken the time to, you know, we have your intuition looking into what was this about. And this is saying maybe you found out some information here. Your intuition guided you to look into it further. And look at this. It's like someone was in their ego, like a bat out of hell. You know, this is about keeping your ego in check and them keeping theirs in check. But sometimes when this card shows up, the ego, a lot of times spiritual people talk about the ego in a way that's different from how we would say it. Like someone, oh, they have such a big ego. It's more like the ego self will want you to stay in situations where it's not good for you because of how it looks, like kind of your more public image, and doesn't care about your, it's more about the image than it is about how you actually feel inside. So this is like keeping that ego in check. A lot of people will say, well, what can I do? I'm just one person. But you can do a lot. One person can do a lot. And for one thing, you can look after yourself like the Empress has learned to. And then we have this energy of all stars sitting right on, using your third eye again about this situation. Why does the Queen of Pentacles have to be so resourceful when she comes from generational wealth? What's that about? And then we have this energy of perception. So this is God, remember, shining light on a situation about your romance, children, and partners. That type of energy and your creativity. And it's saying someone did perceive the grass to be greener on the other side, but now they have found out it was fake. But too late. They're not coming back in because you have someone new coming in. And hey, Aries, you're all about the new. And we have temperance. You've been waiting a long time for this information. As I said, the Knight of Pentacles is really slow, but his information is usually solid when he brings it in. This is a reward for you staying on your destined path and doing your best to move into this Empress energy. I feel that this has actually elevated you to Empress energy, at least in this King of Cups eyes. He's like, wow, that's my Empress. I'm going to claim that one. He's been waiting for the emotion to settle down. Now, the underlying energy on this is the energy of Mercury. And so when I just want to point out when my signs come in, the horoscope signs, I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the state of being of that sign, the energy of each of the signs. If you ever get your birth chart done, you'll have all 12 of them in there somewhere, and you can really learn a lot about yourself by looking into which house are they in, and figuring out, like, every sign has its strengths and weaknesses, and Virgo's happens to be analytical critique. And really good at getting things back in order, decluttering. Cleanliness is next to godliness kind of energy. This is someone who has their papers now and they're ready for, they're a young adult and they're ready to tackle the world. And you could be any age in that energy, but it's talking like the Empress, you know how much you have time money and energy to invest in something, you do your best, and then you keep going. Like you don't sit there and worry about it and fret over it. And this also is talking about communication. And we do have, I'm not surprised that all this card is coming up, because Mercury just went retrograde on June 29th, and we are going to be in this energy until July 23rd. So it's talking about miscommunication quite often, glitches. You know, I've my website, I've had to phone 3 times since Mercury since June 29th to find out, because my site was going down, and you know, and they got it back up again, and it seems to be working properly, but whatever is going on with it, that's typical Mercury retrograde energy. We do have the Empress here. The Empress is clarifying this energy. Now, there could be an Empress also, like an authority figure, someone who has some push or pull, because this is in, isn't this interesting? Because this is spousal energy, partnerships, and wow. So we have an Empress in your partnerships. Like, is your ex-partner maybe the party, maybe that if there was a third party energy, was it someone with some sort of authority? You know, that type of energy. Because we have an Empress here and miscommunication coming in. We also have it sitting next to this lover, this new lover coming in. But so let's keep going and just see here. We have this energy of dissemination. There's an elephant in the room, but no one wants to see it. But this is conviction beyond a doubt. This elephant is being seen by God for one thing, and that's bringing the truth in. And then we have mother's worry. So this could again be talking about going like some sort of inheritance, and maybe your ancestors across the veil are concerned that you haven't reached it. This card is coming up a lot also, I feel, because of the energy of just Mother Earth itself. A lot of people call the Earth Mother Earth, and a lot of people have concerns about what's going on the planet right now. And then we have the Cancer energy coming in. So again, this is talking about this energy, this back and forth energy, and it's sitting on, this is talking about your career and reputation being like, there's miscommunication, there could be like gossip, slander, that type of energy, and it's coming in. Use your third eye about that. It's this energy here again, I feel. This is like the opposing energy to, remember, the new moon is in about how you're moving forward in your domestic life, and you have a lot of changes going on here. But this can also be talking about there's something going on behind your back with your career and reputation, this sort of energy here. So I feel like it's just confirming what's going on here. There's some sort of discrepancy in the books or something. We have worldly and otherworldly desires. So this is a karmic space, and it's almost talking about like this energy, this cutthroat energy that's coming towards you. I feel that this energy, there could be someone that you're from your past here that is dealing with someone who is in an Empress energy and has authority, and maybe that energy is what caused you a lot of problems, and maybe not just in your finances, but remember, this is lifestyle. So it could have been maybe your ex-partner had a third-party relationship with someone who had a lot of authority and power, and they were able to really make a mess for you here. And they didn't want they didn't just want your money, they wanted your life. They wanted to be you, basically, to take your place. That's the energy I'm picking up. We have an energetic upgrade coming in, though, from these external forces. I feel this is saying this energy, like you left this energy a while back. This is talking about, this is an upgrade, and the Wheel of Fortune is now turning in your favor. I feel that whatever has happened here is the information is coming in. And from the external forces here, sometimes this could, with this energy, sometimes can represent, with this cutthroat energy, can represent people that they didn't just want what you have on planet Earth. They wanted your soul. So you know who they're dealing with then. If they're in that type of energy, this could be a dark, dark energy, using magic, using, playing around with the dark arts to take from you. And but the Wheel of Fortune is now, all of this is coming out. Wow. There's been a lot of energy in this reading. I do feel that whatever is going on, just take the parts that work for you for sure, because this is, I can feel this is a lot of different people involved in this. So just know that there's a new cycle coming in, and whatever, if you have some suspicions about something happening, I feel like your intuition is right on the money. Right on the money. That's funny. All right. Okay, I'm going to let this go. I do hope that this has been beneficial for you. Take the parts that resonate, leave the rest, and I will be back with another reading for you soon. Also, thank you so much for your subscribes. It's really helping me build my channel. I really appreciate it. Bye for now.